Hey, Coach B here, and wanted to share a couple of things with you today because I was speaking with a young man earlier, and he was talking about a fear that he had. And, you know, as we were talking, it made me really think about how I overcame a lot of my fears. And especially when you have a fear of losing. And, if you're involved in sports or in business and sales, whatever it is, you have fears that come into your life, into your thoughts, and it's how you handle those fears. And so I wrote down a couple of things, and I wanted to share those with you today, and engage with you. And so in fact, let me know where you're watching this video from. You at work? You at your job? Are you out playing golf? Are you in Arizona? Tell me where you're from, where you're at, and what you're doing today. So if you would, make that comment below for me, and so that way we can kind of engage. And if you have any questions, please share those with us, and so we can talk about those. But right now, fear, and so this subject was so adamant today, was we had to get this resolved of how to identify your fear. And so I realized that that's what I did, is I would always identify, where is this fear coming from? What am I fearing to lose here? So if it was in my business and it was a client, or if it was sales and I was fearful that I was going to lose this sale, really what it is I was wanting the money, right? And so I was concentrating on the wrong things. And so that's usually what happens. It's all in our thoughts and how we think about it. So identify, what is it that you fear? And you might be fearing that you're going to lose your job. Well, what's the result of that? It might be now your car payment, your house payment, your insurance, and so it's the fear that you have to identify. And then what you want to do is you want an antidote. Because when you have doubt, fear within your thought process, you want to change your thoughts. And so the first thing to do is you've got to capture that thought of fear, that doubt, and identify it, call it out for what it is, and now you want an antidote to overcome that fear. And so one thing that I've always done is, when I've identified something that is bothering me, a doubt or a fear, then I call it out. I expose it for what it is, a fear, which is false. Okay. And so once I identify it, I know what it is, and I know an antidote to overcome it. So if it's a job, then say I fear that I'm going to lose my job, then I would find an antidote that I do a great job. I do my work very well. I help my customers. I help my clients, and I do a very well job. And so if there might be, it might be just an emotional thing, and I have to accept the fact that, hey, I can go do something else. And so I build myself up in belief that I can do other things. And if this job, if it's a boss situation, or a company, corporation, certain things happen like that, then I want to make sure that I keep my emotions high, and I bring it into, I make sure I smile, I make sure I walk faster, and because my body language is going to react to my emotions. And so I don't drop my shoulders. You don't drop and make a frown. What you want to do is stand up straight. You want to walk fast, and you want to get rid of that fear, identify the fear, and then overcome it with your thoughts, your body language. So those are just a couple of things that I just wanted to share with you today. And the whole process that I go through is actually a 4-step process, and be glad to talk about those other couple of process, or those other steps, maybe the next day or two. So anyway, just wanted to share those things with you today. And again, tell me where you're at, and we'll talk to you soon.